This is a place I used to frequent as a very small boy, called Clogga Strand, and like I literally would have been only 3 or 4 around there, and the places a motorcycle can bring you. I suppose a car could bring you here as well, but it's different arriving by motorcycle. It's a bit like when you're on a boat and you arrive into somewhere that you've been before. It feels very different because of the way, you know, you travel to the place. So, but this is Clogga Strand. Now, we used to come down over the other side because we used to have a caravan there, and this is not the way we came down, and but I don't know, it's going to be quite a trek up now if I go down here, but sure. And it's actually very near Arklow. It's a bit of a secret place, really. So if you're watching this and you're in Ireland and you're looking for places to go along the east coast that aren't too far, this would be one of the good ones for the summertime anyway. And so I was just out for a ride this morning, and I had nothing in particular planned because I didn't want to do the local runs again up around Wicklow Way and all that kind of stuff, so I just decided to come down here. I don't know how far I'll get. Maybe this is blocked off from the other side where I would go. Yeah, it's more of a private beach over there, I think, or this is kind of the public one maybe. But yeah, you can't really get over there, so it's only a tiny little beach, this one, unless you want to climb all over the rocks and stuff to get to those caravans where we used to be. Looks relatively similar, I guess. Still there anyway. The farmland still seems to be there beside it. It has a barrier on it now, so you used to actually be able to go in and see it, but now there's a barrier, so I don't really want to trespass, you know. It's hard to see. I still have the helmet on my head, so it's hard to see the steps. I have a big chin jutting out there. So actually it's very, very small. I don't know if you'd even call that a strand. It's sort of more like a little pocket of stone and sand. Interesting looking church, isn't it? It's quite tall. It's like a big skyscraper in the middle of Ballygarrett. Wexford, Texas. From this parish of Ballygarrett in 1833, hundreds of people left to settle in Texas. They were led by a native son, James Power, an impresario of the Mexican government, which gave Power and his colleague James Houston of County Kilkenny authority to colonize Defugio, Texas? Defugio, Texas? Or Defugio? Okay, that took way too long to connect this time, but I think the I can't even see, but pretty sure that, yeah, it's working this time, the wireless mic. The settings might be, oh, it looks a bit hot. Looks like I'm gonna have to do the settings again on this. Like, you're gonna hear me a bit too hot. I mean, actually, it's actually hot here outside as well in the real world, but I meant hot as like the audio settings are hitting the red. It took way too long to connect the microphone. I just wanted to get a glimpse of this beautiful vista here over the Blessington Lakes. Absolutely lovely. And I actually haven't done a ride out, East Coast weekday ride out in a while either. The first week was just because, well, the excuse was I was washing my bike or whatever, but I did still get out for a ride, I suppose. But like many people, they do this, they start doing this vlogging thing like I'm doing now, and I suppose you might not be surprised to find that it can take away from the riding experience because you're concentrating on vlogging and what to say, and so every now and then you kind of have to go back to just riding and just riding on your own and getting back to what riding is, and not bothering about the camera, not bothering about what to say, not thinking about what to capture, not being a director or a vlogger or what would you call it? You know, trying to set up the nicest shots or anything, or you know, just getting purely back to riding and getting yourself in the seat and being present. And so I felt like I did that a bit yesterday and today. And but I did get a thing called a Thunderbox. I might show it on the screen here. That was recommended to me by Gene. He has his on his bike, and that's what I had problems with this thing here. Not only because I hooked it up wrong, but because I blew the thing because I didn't know what I was doing with the electrics. And that's exactly what the Thunderbox is for. If you don't know what you're doing with the electrics, you can just stuff it in with the whatever yellow wire, which is the accessory wire or whatever. And so Gene said he's going to show me how to do that. I think it's pretty easy, but I have both of them now. I also have another new thing for this, which is half the price that I spent on it. Ridiculous, but anyway, I got it anyway. I don't know, just to get it working, for not that I even care about it that much, but just to see it, just for my own satisfaction, really. Anyway, so that's kind of my turning around point there. I'll just go back up there through the Wicklow Gap again. I don't think I'll bother doing Static Gap. I like to get a small bit of speed in, a little bit spirited. Sometimes Static Gap's not great for that. You're always stuck in second gear or something around there. Oh, there's someone behind me here. Want me to go fast? No problem. And I stopped there the other day as well. I think it was yesterday morning. And I was talking to a couple other guys, and he was saying he had this bike that he brought, a Japanese bike, but literally from Japan, so a Suzuki, but he had it in Japan first, so he must have lived in Japan for a while. And then he moved to Dubai, so he moved the bike to Dubai with him. And then from Dubai to Ireland, so him and the bike had moved all over the world, so that was really interesting. I was asking what it was like to ride in Dubai, you know. He said it's really hot, you kind of have to get out in the desert a little bit early in the morning. But if you're stopped at the lights are at and 40 degrees Celsius, you start to like burn up a little bit. So you have to kind of get back early. And I agreed with him, like a lot of the bikers here, and he doesn't understand it either, in Ireland, seem to want to go out really late. Sometimes like 6 in the evening and, you know, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And I agree with him, I think that's too late. I like to get out, first of all, when it's not too busy, when the roads aren't too busy, you know, especially around here with hikers and all that kind of stuff. Although I went out a little bit late today myself. And you know, and course you want the rest of your day and everything else. I don't know, like, I know I like to get out early anyway, so I agreed with him on that. But it does seem to be fairly common in Ireland for everyone to meet up really late, so I don't know what the hell they're doing in the mornings that's so important. You know, even on weekends and stuff, it's always like later on. I don't know what the hell is the thing in here. I don't think it's like that in England even, and that's only a stone's throw away. I don't know what's up with the motorcycle culture in Ireland. Why did that become a thing? I don't know. It's quiet on New Year's Day. Where's my music gone? To be with you, baby, tonight and day. Where's my music? That's what I was enjoying. I want to start ruining it by trying to be a vlogger. Oh, it's not connected to me anymore. What's going on with that? Oh, I turned it off by accident today. There we go. Oh, there's nothing like it. Wicklow, Dublin, anywhere in Ireland when the sun is shining. Fucking brilliant. Well, here we are, Wicklow Gap. Well, welcome back to the channel. You joined me on one of the best stretches of roads here. I've done it a few times over the kind of the winter, and this is the summer. It looks much nicer and much drier. It's from Rathdrum to Lara, and a lot of people compare it to being on a roller coaster, as you can see. These little dips and stuff, and peaks and troughs and twisties here. And there was a Harley Davidson truck down here, and I think they're taking Harleys on and off it and just going up and down this stretch of road and around Glendalough. I think that's what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. I just saw a forklift beside it, so presumably they're taking it, and it's been parked there for a couple of days, so I don't know if it's still there. We'll see in a minute. Hey, cappuccino or Americano, thanks. Quite a nice house to live in there, wouldn't it? Oh. Coffee. Servicing some tractors. Look at this place. Where are we? It's got all them flowers now. Fantastic. An area of outstanding natural beauty. Quite a bit thirsty now. Welcome to Aughrim. Aughrim! Well, we're definitely in Wicklow then, because this is Aughrim. And then Rathdrum. Although the other petrol stations down that way, you could do that, and then Arklow. I've only got 2 hours today, well, on the last hour or 40 minutes. I've seen a load of bikers out today, so there's a good few out this morning, so just flashed him there. He has his indicator on. I'm glad I'm not the only one who leaves the indicator on. I was thinking of doing a little explanation of what they call like disappearing or what they call it, the limit point, you know, when you're coming to corners and stuff like that. That's a bit annoying, isn't it, that tag? Should have shoved it in a bit. Anyway, yeah, so maybe I'll be able to explain. I don't know if I could put up a graphic here or something, like slowing down, and your mind, your eye can sort of do calculus. I'm kind of looking right at the sort of horizon of the road, and your mind can sort of do calculus of how slow you need to go. So if you're doing this right all the time, if you're concentrating on this all the time, especially in the twisties, you should never really run wide. You still can, but if you're doing this right and slowing down just enough, like trail braking and all that is fine for, you know, all those sporty things that you can do in apexes, and that's all fine for track days and going out and racing and all that. But when you're on the real road, you really want to be slowing down before any corner, any tight corner, and not having to be braking around a corner at all, really, you know. I know like, there's certain people out there that'll say, oh, you want to front load, you want to load the front tire and all that kind of stuff to give you more grip, and that may well be like when you're giving it a bit of welly and giving it some beans, which is fine, but for the most part you really just want to be comfortably going around it, you know, at a slow pace, and, you know, not too crazy. You just want to stop yourself from running wide, you know, especially if you're a beginner. You don't want to be a professional out there, you know, trying to trail brake and get the later apexes and everything. But that is another thing, you do kind of want to get in the later apex, so that's another reason why people run wide, is because they turn in too early. So I do try to do that myself, is try and leave it later, a little bit later before I turn in. It's a little bit counterintuitive, because you want to just kind of get it tuck into the corner nicely, but sometimes that's not really what you want to do on corners, you know. Some corners anyway, because they can continue to go, like, you know, so can be a later apex. But like if it's kind of a soft turn, like it's just, you can still go some speed if you want there, you know, like that. But now this is sort of a little bit blind, but I can see there's another corner straight there, so I know I can give it a bit more speed, like if I want to give it a bit more, you know. But then you got the likes of these guys and all that. You want to give yourself a bubble protection, but if there's a car coming the other way, look, this needs a little bit braking now. And I can't see around this corner, so I'll take it easy till I can. Now I can give it some beans. Now this is totally blind, going to slow right down. Now I can see, so I can go. Blind again, slow right down until I can see. Still can't see. Now I can see, so we go. Ball in the clash, 10 kilometers. Okay, we'll do that then. Wood fab. You know what, I might pull over and give the old visor a clean. Let me see, where's a good spot? Lovely smell of wood chip there. Fresh wood. But yeah, we'll just defog it there for a bit as well. Anyway, that'll do. Well, welcome back to another segment, another clip, that's it. Welcome back to another clip. It's another day, just getting out for a few hours. I think it's June the 1st, and the roads they're a little slick from a little bit of rain coming back in after sort of a temporary heat wave there. So I've had a Costa, a medium Costa, which apparently is a triple shot espresso, which is probably why I felt like getting out and doing something real quick. And maybe doing a bit of yapping, because yeah, mind you, it's not as sharp or as jittery as some other even double espressos. I think they've got a deeper roast or something in Costa. Yeah, no wonder they call it Costa, because it does cost a lot of money, especially if you're getting coffee there often. Anyway, I'll go in here because I can just use the card. I can feel that coffee really doing the trick here, you know. That my goodness me. That went down just in time, didn't it? That's not too bad. I wouldn't call that up to the brim, but it's enough to keep us going anyway. It'll do. Wait, do I have it? Is this it? Am I on it? Wait, where's my profile? Can I see my profile on this Fair GPS? Anyone know how to use this thing? In Ashford, yes I am. Tools, groups. Oh, there I am. Yeah, that's me. Oh, they. Okay. I thought I was in his way there, but he's collecting them. Anyway, welcome back to another clip. What I was going to say is, well, apart from the rain here, I'll see if I can get my squidgy out. I was going to go back down the mountain, but I might be able to push through it here. Hopefully it's only kind of cloud up on the higher. Oh no, look at that. Alright, well, it's another day, and I've done something very whimsical, which is just buy a ferry ticket to Holyhead. But obviously it's leaving from Dublin, so I gotta get there. Okay, just about made it on the ferry. They actually opened the gates for me, and so there we are. The bike is the bike is strapped up and looking good. I have to remember how to get back down here now. So yeah, I guess I can take off my helmet now and stuff. Oh look, dyed my hair green, as my daughter says. Yeah, that's just for men's stuff, you know. So deck 5, so all the other cars are out here. Oh, there's more motorbikes over there on deck 7 here. Anyway, 3.5 hours to go now, and then I'm just gonna go motorcycle through Snowdonia for the day. Wales, and that's it. Let's see how it goes. €176 return. Leopold Blooms, what's in here? We're on the Ulysses. And what the hell are you saying? There's Ulysses. There's the ship.
3 assembly stations on this ship.
Mini tour around Wales. Snowdonia, here we come. Well, I don't know if you can see, that is a lighthouse here in Wales, so we're just about to dock. I was trying to see what sort of route I'll take. I was using my route app or whatever, and I put down like 22 different waypoints. I was asking AI which route to take and all this. Then I was thinking of using Kalimoto, so I don't know, I might use that. I think in general I'm just going to take the A55 and then the A5. This shouldn't take a minute anyway, should it? Go. Go, 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 you said. Alright, I think last on and first off. Oh, exit A55. Well, that's exactly where we want to start, so that's a good sign. destination. Whatever Gemini gave me. I'll just continue on from there, I guess. This is Conwy. I don't know how to pronounce these, but... And then we're on our way to Coed something E Coed or something. I don't know how. No, it's not a petrol station, it's just like a coffee stop. Okay, I just wanted to get this Seabud. Nice little sandwich in there, half a ciabatta chicken thing. Alright, just trying to capture a little more scenery. Trying to get out before this guy comes up. A little more scenery through the with the helmet cam view. coffee anyway. Flatbedding. Now look at this view up here, apart from the tow truck. Look at these roads. Fantastic. So you could definitely spend a few days around here. If you had a few days off. If a tow truck wasn't in your way. Isn't that something? Look at that. Now, how are they about filtering in the UK? We give it a go. Well, I don't know if you can see it there, but there's the pigeon house chimneys. So we are arriving into Dublin port at almost 11 p.m. here. And it's a couple of guys from Wicklow came from the Isle of Man TT through Liverpool, and so they're on much faster bikes, so I guess they'll be zooming much faster away.